Dear students, today we shall see another topic in this unit. It is cascade method. It is very interesting topic, and also it is one of the important questions from this unit. You can practice different circuits, and I will give you the assignment, or it can be homework. You can say, you can consider, and please try those circuits, and you can return those to my mail. I can definitely check those. I will evaluate and give you the correct answers for those sequences. And we shall see the cascade topic in this fifth unit. So in this unit, it is only applications. We have seen drilling operation, planing operation, shaping operation, punching and pressing operations, and this is the topic we are going to see today: cascade method for sequential circuit design. Tomorrow class we are going to see electro-pneumatics for sequential circuit design, and rest of the topics are very simple topics in this unit. Selection, we have fault finding and maintenance. It is almost similar topics, very simple topic. PLC already we have seen. Low cost automation, it is a simple topic again in this unit, so that is obviously the last topic in this unit. So we shall see all these topics, and few more topics left out in this unit we shall complete early, and we have assessment last date 30th. Before that we need to complete all the topics, and also there will be a test, and there will be MCQ test. Everything you have to write well. So we shall start the topic: cascade method. Cascade method is a very important topic in this unit. Why I am stressing this is it appeared many number of times in Anna University question paper. That is why I am insisting to prepare well this topic. So let me give you the cascade design method using simulation also. Then it will be easier to understand the concept of cascade design. So cascade method, it is a very popular method in pneumatic circuit design, and here cascade means waterfall as per the Oxford dictionary, but here connecting two or more control processing valves, that is nothing but DCVs in series. So we are going to connect a number of DCVs, and we are going to have many number of valves in this, and that valves we have to connect properly, and we have to see the proper working of this circuit. So cascade design, so it is the method used to design automatic in a methodological way. So there is a specific procedure you have to adopt that when you are using this method. So it is very important method also, and also little once you understand, I am sure that it will be a very interesting and easy topic in this unit. So listen carefully, and if you have any doubts, please uh, approach me. So it is a methodological way to eliminate the blocking conditions presented in the operational diagram, and to realize what is necessary order of the opposite movement of the same cylinder. So here you can have n number of cylinders, so that is the advantage with this method. You can have A cylinder, B cylinder, C cylinder. You can extend n number of cylinders. That is the very best advantage of this method. And here this method is particularly very useful when you have more than one cylinder. So that is very important. If you have two cylinders or more, it is very well suited method for your design process. So there are specific rules, a set of rules and regulations. You have to follow those. There is no other go. And if you follow those, I am sure you can design a cascade circuit very easily. And here you have to write cylinder action sequence. So sequence is very important. So A plus is nothing but, in that you have notation A, it is indicating cylinder A, and plus is nothing but extension of that cylinder. Similarly, A minus is nothing but A is the cylinder, and A minus, that minus indicates retraction of the cylinder. So it is very important nomenclature you have to remember. Similarly, you can use n number of cylinders Similarly, you can label them using A, B, C, D alphabets, and that sequence you have to decide which sequence for your particular operation is suitable. You have to select that sequence. For example, A plus B plus B minus A minus is one sequence. It is widely used in industry applications, so it is very suitable what you say sequence, right, for many manufacturing processes like drilling operation or milling operation, whatever may be the process. It is a well suited sequence. So that sequence we shall simulate today and see. It will be more interesting, and these are the rules you have to follow. Position of sequence into number of groups. So you have to, whatever sequence you get, whatever sequence you decide for your operation, mechanical operation, you have to group that into number of groups. You have to split that into groups. Those groups should be named properly, group 1, group 2, likewise, and you have to match the last group of your sequence if possible to your first group. So if you merge it, it will be more easier and convenient to perform your sequence. It will be, you have to simplify your group. So in your group, more importantly, a label should not be repeated anywhere. Suppose if you use A cylinder, in that group A should not be repeated once again. So that is the constraint. So please remember, you have to group it properly. You can have any change, next change should be considered for your grouping. If one change is happening, that can be grouped under first group, and the second group another change can be considered for second group, and changes, so number of changes you have to include. So minimum you should require one change to group your sequence. So if you split your groups, then it is very easy to perform either simulation, or even you can realize that using any software. So that we are going to use today. And each cylinder is obviously a double acting type. So any cylinder in this method we use is a double acting cylinder only, and each cylinder is controlled by either 4x2 valve or 5x2 pilot operated DCV. So it is pilot operation is preferable, and also it is more convenient if you have pilot operation. And the plus and minus positions of cylinder has limit valves, so limit switches we are going to use, and it can be a 3x valve, or it can be a 2 position valve that you can use. And each group manifold lines. So manifold lines for suppose if you split your sequence into 3 groups, you can have 3 number of manifold lines. So manifold line is nothing but where you are going to get pressurized line. So pressurized line, so manifold is a passage of pressurized fluid. So you can have n number of manifolds, that should be equal to your number of groups. And the air pressure in the manifold is controlled by a 4x2 valve or 5x2 valve. These are known as group valves or cascade valve. So group valve or cascade valve is one and the same. What is a cascade valve? It is a 2-mark question. What is a group valve? It is also a 2-mark question. So this to select number of group valves, there is a rule, right? Number of groups minus 1. So number of groups minus 1, that is the rule. So if you follow this, you can design a cascade circuit very easily. And number of group valve, suppose if you have 2 groups, there you are going to have only one group valve. So one group valve or one cascade valve. So this is the rule, thumb rule. You have to follow this very strictly. And if you remember these steps, so this slide is very important. And whatever steps we have here, if you follow this strictly, cascade method, you can understand very easily. I request you to remember these steps in your mind. And if you remember this, the cascade method, for any number of sequences, for any number of cylinders, you can design very easily. So today we are going to simulate one operation, any one operation, and see and how convenient this method for sequential operations. So advantages of cascade method: quick designing, drawing and checking is done. So you can quickly design this. So if you remember all those rules, you can quickly design this. And drawing and checking can be done very easily. The drawing is also can be drawn very easily. And troubleshooting is very easy because all valves we are connecting in series fashion, and there troubleshooting whatever valve in your line is troublesome, you can check there. So it is very easy to troubleshoot. So troubleshooting is done very easily, easy to understand and implement. So that is another biggest advantage. Very easily you can understand and implement this. And disadvantages, so as equally we have disadvantages to your advantages. Signal processing valves are connected in series. If you keep increasing number of valves, and if it exceeds more or four or more, there will be signal will become weak. So you can have up to three valves effectively. Later on the signal will become weaker. So that is the biggest drawback in this. Costlier since it involves more valves and connections. So the cascade method, if you implement in your application, definitely it is a little costlier than a method using a sequence valve, that is normal method. And the system is methodical and routine, no innovations in circuit design. So there are rules, those rules you are going to follow, and there is no innovation involved in this. So if you strictly follow those set of rules, there ends your design. So that is another drawback in this. You cannot innovate anything out of this. So that is the cascade method advantages and disadvantages. So this is a sequence A plus B plus B minus A minus. So this is your sequence. So this is A cylinder and this is your B cylinder, and number of cylinders, based on number of cylinders you are going to have the limit switches. So it is suppose if we have two number of cylinders, 2 by 2 into 2, so you have to multiple by 2, those many number of limit switches you are going to have. So you have two cylinders, so there you are going to have 4 limit switches, and for each cylinder you have one DCV. So one DCV. So for B cylinder you have one more DCV, and this thick line is group 1, and this dotted line is group 2 operation, and this is the cascade valve. This is the cascade valve. So here A plus, if A plus happens, right, so A plus happens, so from blank end to rod end, when it moves the piston, this will go and hit this A1. So A1 will actuate this DCV, B plus will happen. So this B plus will hit this B1 limit switch. This B1 limit switch will actuate the group 2, that is manifold 2. So this group valve, so this group valve or cascade valve will actuate the second group. So through this second group you are going to have B minus. So you are going to have B minus. So from this you are going to have B minus. So if you have B minus, B minus is going to, that is B naught is going to actuate your A minus, A minus. So there ends one sequence. So this operation we are going to simulate in NumoSim software, and I suppose you understand this. So you have two groups. So one group for A plus and B plus, another group is for B minus and A minus. So these two groups, if we actuate using a group valve, it is the group valve. If we actuate this, then our sequence will be achieved very easily, and that we are going to simulate and see today. Dear students, now we shall see the simulation part of this cascade method, and let us use the same software. It is NumoSim. So far we have used only HydroSim software. In the same Festo we have NumoSim software. So this is my NumoSim software. So these are the components in NumoSim. So instead of having pump in hydraulics, we are going to have a compressor in this NumoSim software. So let me choose a cylinder. So it is a double acting cylinder. So this is a double acting cylinder, and I can give straight away the labels. So before that, let us see in the sequence A plus B plus. so it is B plus, so B plus sequence, and B minus A minus. So this sequence, it is a simple sequence to simulate cascade. It is a very simple sequence you can use here, and this sequence, so let me have this sequence A plus B plus, so there is no repetition of this label either A or B, so I can group it as group 1, and B minus A minus is my group 2. So for this I should require two manifolds, pressure manifolds, so those two can be called as S1 and S2. So these two, and then I have E1 and E2. So E1 and E2 are nothing but the ports that I am going to use for my cascade valve. So cascade valve, I will show you that, and we shall start the flow chart with the flow chart. So I want to have A plus as my first operation. So A plus can be achieved through S1. S1 will supply the power, and E1 through E1. So in my sequence valve I have to actuate E1. So in my sequence valve it is cascade valve. In my cascade valve I have to actuate E2 for my group 2 operations. So this is my group 1 operation. So A plus is achieved through E1 and S1, and B plus is through A1, and B plus will actuate B1. So smaller case letters are nothing but the roller push button. So we can use a push button operation. So in this push button, B1 is nothing but the extension position, B0 is nothing but the retraction position of B cylinder. Similarly, for A cylinder we have A0 and A1. So smaller case letters, even in this software, even if I type smaller case letters, it will appear as uppercase letters only. So that is another feature of this software. So let me select components. So this is my double acting cylinder. So if I have a double acting cylinder, I can have either a 5x2 valve or a 4x2 valve. So 5x2 or 4x2, anyone I can choose. So let me connect this to A, that is blank end, and this is to rod end, and this I can configure. It should be pneumatically operated. So another side also pneumatically operation I am choosing. So both I have chosen. So here I require a compressor. So this is my compressor, a simple compressor I can use, a simple symbol. So this is connected, and this is my exhaust. So this is my exhaust. I am choosing a exhaust here, and this is my A cylinder, and this side I can have A plus, and I can select the rule also. So let me choose A0, smaller case letters, and this is 0, and another side also 0, and this is my A1. So on A1 I can have 100, on other side I can have 100. So that is the maximum extension I can use here. So this I am choosing here. So I need one more cylinder with the same components. So let me copy and paste. So this is my one more cylinder, B cylinder. So let me change the notations here. It is very important. So this is my B0, and this is my B1. So this is my B1. Even though I type smaller case letters, it appears as uppercase letters only. So these are the components, and this is my A plus side, and this is my A minus side, and this is my B plus side, and this is my B minus side. So B minus side, so it is B cylinder and it is A cylinder. So these are the two cylinders I am going to use. So I require two manifolds. So for that I can go to sensors, and this is my pressure indicator. I can choose here. So this I can rotate to 90 degrees. I can choose one more because I require two manifolds. So this both I can choose, copy and paste, and let me mirror horizontally, and I can keep somewhere distance. So I can connect this, and it is connecting directly. Otherwise I can make alignment also. So this is S1, and this is my S2, and one more valve, cascade valve I require here. So this is my cascade valve, and for this I require a compressor. So compressor I am connecting directly, and this is my E1 side. So E1 side is left hand side. Right hand side I am notating it as E2 side. Now I can easily build my circuit using this flow chart. So this is E1. So E1 is connected to S1 manifold. So I am connecting this E1 to S1. So if I push this, so E1 will be connected here, and S1 will be the power line now. So this is the pressure indicator. So in this manifold I have pressure now. So S1 will actuate A plus. So A plus is directly actuated by this S1 manifold. So this A plus will actuate. I require push buttons for roller type push button limit switches. These are limit switches. So I can have a 3x2 valve. So let me rotate this, rotate to 270 degrees. So let me have this is spring return on other side, and this side mechanically operated. So roller I can choose. So mechanically operated roller. So this is my switch. So this is my switch. So control C, control V, control V, control V. So 3 control V's I used because I require 4 valves because there are 2 cylinders. So 4 valves, and this is one more cylinder. So this is for another cylinder. So directly let me give notations. So small A0, and this is my this is A1. This is my B0, and this is my B1. So B1. So now I have chosen all the components. So I have to give connections very carefully, and let me start the connections. Already E1 is connected and S1 is connected to A plus. So now A plus will be actuating A plus. So it will be A1. So A1 will be connected to this. So this is very, very important. So I am connecting this to A1, and A1 power supply I am getting from S1. So yeah, S1. So this I am using a push or exhaust. So quick exhaust. So this is my A cylinder. Now A is completed. So if it actuates, so B plus will be actuated. That will actuate this B1 limit switch. So let me choose here limit switch. So this is my B1. So this will be actuated. Here. Now this B1 is connected to this E2. So I am going to second group now. So from first group I am moving to second group. So E2 will be actuated, and the input will be from B1 is in first group only. From S1 I can choose power. I can choose the source. So let me place properly, otherwise there will be errors. So I can choose the exhaust. So again exhaust. So now B1 is completed. So now E2 will actuate S2. So this will actuate S2, and I can have B minus from S2. So B minus, escape. So B minus from S2. So this is my B minus. So B minus will be actuated from S2. So S2 let me place. So this B minus will actuate B naught. So B naught will be actuated through B minus. So the output of this B naught will actuate A naught. So this is my A naught. So let me choose it separately. I can choose like this. There is no problem. Yes. Now A minus will actuate this A naught. So A naught can be connected through a start switch. So let me choose a start switch. I can use same valve. So let me place here. Let me delete this. Let me clear A1, and this is my roller, it is not roller. I require a lever operated, so now the input to this I am getting from S2, it is in S2 group only, and output is I am giving to this A0. So A0, and this is I can connect a exhaust. So I can connect a exhaust here. So everything is connected now, and check anything is missing. Exhaust, yes, here it is not connected, so it is B0. So B0 is in S2 group, so I have to give source from S2, so it is S2, and this should be connected with exhaust. So you can connect a silencer also. So now I have connected everything. So let me simulate this. Let me see any error is present here. So yes, there is an error. I have to complete this. So let me stop, and yes, this is actuating E0. This is actuating E1. So actuating this cascade valve is very important, and I have done this now. So my error is rectified, and let me see the simulation, and it is at a slower simulation now. I have made it. So A plus, B plus, now I need B minus and A minus. So now one time operation it is performing now. If I want a continuous operation, very simple, I can change this operation lever. So I can latch it. So a latch lever, it is the latch lever. If I latch it, it will be a continuous operation. Let me simulate that continuous operation. So A plus, B plus, B minus, then A minus. So now you can see the limit switches, how exactly they are performing, and this is A plus, and if I increase the speed, it will be little clear, and it will be more clear, and let me choose 2, or it is, let me choose 5, little faster. So you can see how this manifolds are also getting changed. So that is very important. So even I can increase its speed, and it will be very interesting. 1:1. So till I latch this, it will be operating only. So this application of this operation we can have like this, a drilling operation. So one cylinder, A cylinder is carrying the workpiece. So A cylinder will clamp the workpiece, and B cylinder will perform any punching operation, drilling operation, or any other mechanical operation, any machining operation. So now punching is done, and workpiece is released from A cylinder. So tool is connected to B cylinder. So that way we can have n number of examples with this A plus, B plus, B minus, A minus operation. So this is my simulation of my cascade circuit. So let us stop the simulation. So I am giving you assignment. These are the two sequences everyone should submit to me, and you can draw in a neat paper. You can scan and you can send to me, and to my mail ID. First sequence A plus, B plus, A minus, B minus. It is a very simple sequence, and another one is A plus, B plus, B minus, A minus, C plus, and C minus. So this sequence is little you have to think and do, and please complete this and send to me. I will consider this for your internal assessment. And coming to references, these are the standard two books, Antonio Esposito and James Johnson. And if you see cascade method, There are other books in which it is very well explained, and for now, for those components and all, you can refer these two books comfortably. And I suppose all of you understood this cascade method, and try to suppose if you don't understand this, try to listen once again. Definitely you will understand. Till you understand, don't give up. It is a very very important topic. For your all doubts, you can always approach me. Please prepare well for your assessment test. Thank you.